Hey everybody, it's John. Welcome back to the farm. So it's Sunday, April 20, yeah, 20 something. I can't ever remember what the day is. Y'all know that by now. So what we're doing this morning, we got some rain yesterday, which was much needed. Broke my rain gauge again, so I don't know exactly how much rain we got. But it was supposed to come in yesterday afternoon. I think it started raining at like 7 o'clock yesterday morning. A couple good showers passed through. Not a big deal. We needed the rain. Not going to complain. It did push this project off until today. So what we have here, Amanda's been looking at these for a while, is a Hoselink, and I think they were having some kind of special, some kind of deal.
Mother's Day thing. You got the free.
Mother's Day? When is Mother's Day?
May 15th.
All right, so Mother's Day deal they were having. So if you ordered the Hoselink, you got like a free cover with it, which is all good. We're going to take this thing out. So if you're not familiar with what the Hoselink is, it's just a hose,
Retractable hose
in a big container kind of system. So if you've watched the channel for a while, you know we have one outside spigot on our house, which is kind of right over here. This isn't really an unboxing video, don't get all excited. But we have hoses just strewn all over the place. We have like a 4-way splitter coming off of our one outside spigot. It runs hose out to where our pigs are at. And it runs a hose over here to the garden. And then it keeps a hose right here by the porch because we have to hose the porch off on occasion. We have plants and stuff all around. So what we ended up getting was a Hoselink, and I think it's got an 86-foot, 82-foot retractable hose in charcoal, which is important. And then we got a few things to go along with it, nozzles and whatnot. But what we're going to try to do is figure out how this thing gets mounted and get it hung up so, you know, Amanda has a nice hose she can pull around the garden and maybe 10 geese water and stuff like that with it. So let me pull this thing out of the box here and see what we got. Actually, let me look at the instructions real quick, because being a man, an engineer, we don't look at instructions,
we could
right?
have used that.
I know, right? We got a template here. That's cool.
That would have been nice when we were doing the knobs and pulls on the
we did
cabinets.
We did cabinet pulls and knobs yesterday. Man, heartbreaking. But we got it done and it all looks good. All right, what I'm trying to see is what kind of... Whoa, get off of me. Is it on me? Is it on me? Bug just got on me.
You have issues.
All right, that's enough instruction looking at. Let's get this thing out of the box.
Do you want me to help you? Or can I just sit back and laugh at you?
Sitting back and laughing is good. So there it is. I mean, this thing's rather hefty.
You need scissors.
Yeah. You grab some scissors. Ooh, it even has a nozzle to it. So this is the business side here. I'm assuming this is the hose that pulls out. Here's the piece that's going to mount to the bracket that goes on the wall. See if I can pull that out. All right, no big deal. So that'll mount to the wall. We're not going to put it in the wall of our house. We got a post we're going to mount it on. So I need to go get a bit. We're going to fit this. All right, give us a minute and let us get ourselves oriented and find a bit, and then we'll be right back. All right, so the plan is to mount this Hoselink down here on this post. Comes off our deck. Now what I want to do is make sure that we got room up here for this puppy to turn, and I can get it mounted outside of these. And I don't want it too low, which I don't think that's an issue. So it's already about 80 degrees here. So it's going to be one of them days. I think I can mount it about right there and be good. I'm just going to bring this up a little bit. We got to check in the wood. A little pre-drilling here, just to make sure I don't struggle too much getting these things in. So these screws take a, what is this, 3/8 bit. Those of you playing along at home. Driver bit. I think I forgot some washers. No, I'm definitely not trying to overthink this. Get some holes. Get this bracket mounted. Hang it up. Get the hose connected. And move on to other things. We got some planting we're going to do. And then when the yard dries out a little bit, I'm going to mow, because it is like a skating rink otherwise. Very slick on the old zero turn. Some parts of it anyway. Just stuck my ear right in a spider web. Well, that's gonna suck. I'm gonna have to go get a well, you definitely got to be careful with this DeWalt drill. It is no joke. I just got this 20-volt brushless. All right, let me go find a socket. Just a little socket. Yeah, we got these canoes here. We didn't even get them in the river last year. It was so low. North Fork of the Shenandoah. You'll find yourself dragging your canoe instead of floating in it. There's a lot of shallow spots. Now, if you're down on the South Fork or after the merge, you're probably okay. Unless it's right after rain, but nobody wants to go canoeing in because then the water's all murky. Now the moment of truth. Did I mess it up? Absolutely not. I am freaking awesome like that. Yeah, it's just to know we are not affiliated with Hoselink in any way, shape, or form. We bought this with our own money. I mean, we've seen them out on the old interwebs. Other YouTubers. You know, like I said, we have just hundreds of feet of this hose. And I've run over this so many times with the mower that it's got splices all in it. So it'll be nice to have this where it can retract, and you know, it's just one less thing to worry about. So once this is set up, we'll be able to service the garden here. And then we have the geese back down over here, which is a temporary home for them. But once I think we're going to move the geese up to the top up by the barn, and they'll have, you know, we got the other hose that runs up there. And then we got some other beds and flowers and plantings that we're working on maturing. So it'll be good to be able to get water to those. Anyway, let me find a pair of scissors, because I sure didn't bring a pair. Ooh, that ain't bad at all.
Live.
I'll have to go turn the water on.
And go to it.
It's funny how it says the flow goes that way. I would never think that the flow would come out the end of a... Where'd you go? Well, come here and go water some geese. See if this thing will reach over there. The Hoselink in action. Good. I mean, I think that was really the only concern we had was would it reach to where the geese are. And there you go. Now the pigs are over here getting them in. So I guess I can film little Goosey. So one update here, we had Draco out with the two sows for a while now. Well, he busted through that fence, the electric net tore it to pieces. I had to fix that yesterday. The girls, I was gone up in the city, so they got him confined to the barnyard. We don't know if he bred any other sows while he was out, how long he was out. Anyway, we put him back in yesterday. I'm trying to see where he's at because he got run ragged by these other boars. Oh, he's laying in the wallow up there. He got him and Grits here, the big tricolor there towards the back corner. He went to town on him. They got out here and tussled for probably a good hour and some change. So it was as expected. Like I said, you take this boar and put him on this side of the fence and then put him back over, and they're going to start fighting.
John.
Yeah, let me come down here and film this goose a little bit. And do it without busting my booty.
Marina, you got dirty.
So this is our little gosling Marina. She is a Sevastopol, however you say it, goose. Same as Admiral. And she came from a local farm. Hey Romeo, you want to come over and put your nose on me? Dude.
You're liking the new hose.
So, I mean, these two appear to have bonded. Initially, when she came to the farm, she was very attached to the girls. And, hey, Romeo's after my tripod. So we had Admiral over with the chickens, and he was not getting along with the roosters. So when we brought her on board, we brought her onto the farm. We moved them over here, and they seem to be getting along just fine. And we'll get them out of here soon and get them up to where there's some grass. We just got some other things to do first.
What was another one of those? We went home and Claire and I couldn't lift the house that we were going to put them in.
Yeah, I got to get the
And
pallet
Marina
fork.
could fit through the netting that we were going to use.
Well, she's growing fast.
Let's see if she's a smooth breasted or a curly breasted one.
Yeah, I don't know all the flavors of this goose.
And she has blue eyes.
They're fun though. Yeah, I think that house back out over there, we want to get picked up and moved up to the top, and that'll be a good goose house. I just got to make sure it's not getting full of wasps at this point. The boars are still sleeping in these two houses, although I've closed off most of that area they were running in initially. I need to get some seed put down.
You could also set up that pond liner that you have for them.
Yeah.
When you
we have a little pond, one of those hard plastic liners that was gifted to us that we could set up for the geese as well. But yeah, spring is, you know, it comes fast and furious around here. And I mean, 3 weeks ago, you know, the grass still looked pretty much dead, and now it's every week you better be mowing, or I mean, this is 2 weeks of growth right here if you look on the other side of that fence. Now what I'll do when I mow through here today is I'll move this fence out a little bit and try to get the boars to clean up a little closer to it. They're pretty good about, actually these guys have been pretty lazy. I think the sows do a better job at clearing stuff out. So, but yeah, everything's really coming in. The garden looks good. Getting this Hoselink set up, I think, is really going to help. Just, it's little things that go a long ways, because it's a pain in the butt to keep this place watered, especially if we get a good dry spell. The garden's really looking good. We still need to thin carrots. We haven't even touched that yet, and we got a lot of stuff to plant, which we're going to start next. So I can't wait. I already brought my shovel and breaking bar up so we can get the holes dug. Now these aren't going to be as large a holes as we did for the trees last week. We got it's just some 1 gallon plants. We'll talk about those when we get down there. So all right, looks like this is going to work out pretty good. So Hoselink, folks, I'll put a link down in the description. Go check it out. So I'm definitely not dressed to be in a bee yard right now. And I'm looking, this hive is active. I know I was looking earlier and some bees were coming in and out of that one I split off last week. And I really want to get into these and see if I can start seeing some action from a queen. If not, yeah, there goes a bee into that one right now, so that's good. Check these other ones out as well and see how they're doing, see if I can get any more splits. I mean, it'd be nice to go in the fall with 6 hives. That'd be nice to go in the fall with 8 hives, 8 strong, ready to overwinter colonies. But I need to be careful that I don't get too crazy with bees, because I mean, there's only so much of me to go around. So we're about to plant 2 9-barks and 2 ginger wine 9-barks and 2 hydrangeas of some flavor. These are Incredibles. Yeah, Throwing Shade is the program for native plants, and this is a ginger wine 9-bark. Hopefully you can read that. Low maintenance color for your landscape. We like low maintenance. So spacing 6 to 7 feet. It's going to get 5 to 6 foot tall and wide. Once again, I know that's flopping around in the breeze, but so that's a pretty substantial plant. So that spot right there might not be too bad. Don't you come over here and pee on my camera, you little stinker.
More than likely, it's not going to get 5 feet. With our luck, we'll be pushing it, getting...
Definitely not the shoes to be planting in.
I like how this says that it's compact. Uses for borders.
Got your fertilizer and...
No. You're gonna need like some soil.
You know, I don't think so. Try to use what's here. Smells good. I'm an idiot. All right, dear, I think this will do it. Did I dig up a bird?
I saw the feathers. Is that a whole wing or something? I don't recall planting any or burying anything there.
No. Yeah, we used to use this supplement for the horse joints, and we had all these buckets. And Amanda has repurposed every one of them for her own evil purposes.
Okay.
I'll put some around the top.
The soil. All I can ever think of is Claire and the kids when they were first watching that Minion movie years ago. It's so fluffy.
Get some water on it. Two 9-barks. The one here on the corner, and then the 9-bark back by the porch, and the 2 hydrangeas here. Digging there was actually not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So, and you see the hose hanging off the porch there. We got a hose that branches off that can reach over here. Those are in, and I guess we'll see what's next. So there were some roses in here, and they got pulled up and moved, and somehow
There was one little one that was still rooted in here.
yeah, it was itty bitty last year, and it has just blown up into this huge
Beast of thorns.
So we're just trying to pop some of it out, and I mean I see some of the daylilies that are in there struggling, but I'm pretty sure we just left some root behind that's probably gonna be another monster rose. Now I don't know if these roses were, so we were talking, we don't know if these roses were grafted onto some other kind of rootstock and that's what's taken off, or the rootstock.
We planted the roses when we first moved in, and then they were just getting to be too big, so we dug them up. We put some down there, put some in other places, and there was just a piece of a root with like one thing that popped up the following year, and we're like, it's just that little bit.
Yeah, that little bit took off. So anyway, just trying to help Amanda clean this up. I'm definitely unskilled labor. I don't know a lot about roses.
I have to have daylily room.
Yeah, digging daylilies will come up again here.
June or July. I think it's July, the first week of July. Look, there's one poor daylily right here.
Yeah, I might have just hammered it, but if it's still in the ground, it'll come back. Anyway, little stuff like this. Yeah, you know, this ain't a gardening channel by any means, but I mean, when you got the land, I mean, the space, you want it to look nice, and we garden. I mean, why not? Man, it's just planted. What are these?
Black and blue sage, which is in the salvia family. So the calyxes are all black. And then when it blossoms or blooms, the blooms are blue. So you got the black stem and the calyxes and then the blooms.
Very nice. And what are these other things here?
I think it's autumn joy sedum, so the flower will flower later on in the summer.
Sorry.
And it's like a peachy color, and then it'll darken into like a terracotta and like a burgundy by fall. Oh, we got some big grubs for little chickies.
Hey everybody, it's John. I'm out here on the farm today. So it's been a beautiful last few days, but it has been one heck of a brutal winter when it comes to being a chicken here on the farm. We've had a big issue with predators this winter, and we were down to just a handful of chickens left. So, we decided to give them a little treat. Introduce you to a product here, Grubterra Black Soldier Fly Larvae. Black Soldier Fly Larvae are big in the homesteading community these days. So if you're unfamiliar with that, I'm sure a quick Google search will help you out. But kind of an alternative to the old-fashioned mealworms you'll get down at your big box store. These are made in the USA, and the good thing about this company is they're taking waste streams from their industries, grocery stores, restaurants, and they're using those waste streams to produce these grubs. So this is a 1 pound bag. So this 1 pound bag of grubs took 20 pounds of waste that would have ended up in a landfill out of that waste stream and produced something that's useful. And the chickens absolutely love them. These are high in protein, high in fat, and also high in calcium. So, it's a lot of good stuff in there for your chickens. If you got them in their molting, good for their feathers, good for harder eggshells with the calcium. I can't say enough good things about the product and this company. So there's a link down in the description. You can try these out yourselves. Chickens are absolutely loving these things.